Hello, Substratians. My name is Gilad Braca, and for those of you who don't know me, I have a long history in programming languages and programming environments, most of which parts that you may have heard of are irrelevant. Dart is irrelevant, Java is irrelevant, but Newspeak is not irrelevant, and in particular, the Ampleforth live document system, which I'm using here to display this talk, is very relevant. I agree with a lot of you that think that document systems are a key part of the substrate vision. However, I do think that we need to move beyond that from 2D into 3D, where documents become rooms. That's because we're moving to a world where smart glasses are a major way of interacting with the world. Computing will surround us through augmented reality everywhere, and substrates need to be ready so people can control that digital environment, not the digital environment of screens that we've had for the past few decades. All of this is going to be driven by AI. On the pro side, that solves a huge problem that the Dynabook story, which is the sort of central myth of this community, I think, that problem is that most people can't or won't program in the traditional way, no matter how nice we make it for them. And so AI will give them a way to control their digital surroundings in a way that they can deal with. Now, AI is something that we therefore have to focus on for that and other reasons. And the PL community that I'm part of seems to, for the most part, be in denial about this. And I think that's wrong. Here's a poem due to Peter Norvig, and I think it sums up very nicely my response to the people who claim that AI is not intelligent and can never do things and so forth. We mustn't assume that it's static. It is moving and moving fairly rapidly, and the fact that we cannot do something well right now doesn't mean that it won't be solved in the foreseeable future. In particular, we're engaged in research, and substrates research will take time. And by the time you have your system ready, and certainly by the time you get anyone to adopt it, AI will have moved a lot further. And so you have to work on the assumption that it'll pretty much be able to do anything. Now, moreover, there's the downside of AI, which is that it is centralizing power because of the need for huge models with enormous power, compute powers to build them and to drive the inference and the service. And it's driving power toward the center. And this is part of a pendulum that has always been part of computing, starting with mainframes versus terminals, and then personal computing versus cloud and mobile and now the AI in the data center versus the smaller models that are doing inference on the device, taking advantage of device hardware that's very nice and underutilized a lot of time on mobile devices. And we want to leverage that so as much as possible, people can control their computing even when using AI through things that they have and they control, not by being dependent on giant remote services as much as possible. And with that happy thought, I'll leave you to enjoy the workshop and thank you for your time.